Good morning, world. Carpe diem, seize the day. Welcome back to The Truth with T. Today's the first time I'm actually doing a full-on episode on one of the topics that I wanted to discuss with you guys. So today's episode is going to be on something that I've found a lot of value in, something that I believe is extremely important, and that is purpose and finding your purpose in life. So to start off, I guess I should just tell you exactly what the definition of purpose is: the reason for which something is done or created or for which something exists. And I think when you discover your purpose, life is a lot easier, it's a lot happier, and it's something that's extremely important to find within yourself. Some people live their whole life without discovering what their purpose is, and I feel that knowing what your purpose is gives you a lot more clarity, a lot more value to your life. So the reason I got into purpose was when I was in high school, I started listening to Napoleon Hill's audiobook, Think and Grow Rich, which was something that really taught me a lot. It was one of the first audiobooks that I ever really focused on, listened to. And the first thing that he talked about is finding definite purpose. And one of the things he talks about is defining what your major purpose is and develop, because it helps you make an unwavering focus on one particular thing. And some people think of it as a goal, but I don't classify purpose as goal. Your purpose should be something that you can strive for and continue to work on throughout your entire life. I don't really consider it something you can ever fully achieve, but it's something you can continue to do, continue to focus on, something that gives you vision and a major focus for your entire life. Purpose is one of the most important things in your life. You need to know where you're going before you start the journey. And then once you start that journey, don't look back and just go forward. But you need to know where you're headed, and that it makes the path, it makes the journey a lot easier throughout the whole way. So when you do get off path, if you have that purpose, you can always be focused, always get back on the path of life. Some of the most important things of purpose are: one, it helps you stay focused. When you have that purpose, you know where you're headed. It gives you something to think about every morning when you wake up, when you're trying to figure out, when you're trying to make decisions. If you think back to your purpose, you can always stay on that path, stay focused to what your end goals are, and it will help you achieve your goals short term and long term a lot easier. Another thing, it gives you clarity. Again, when you're making those decisions, sometimes you can be clouded by other things, wants, desires. But if you think back to your purpose, the reason you are here on this earth, and if you have clarified that and you've discovered what that is, everything becomes a lot clearer, a lot easier. A lot of stress, a lot of anxiety goes away when you can always resort back to that major definite purpose. Next thing is, it makes you feel gratified. When you take little steps or big steps to get closer to your purpose, to focus on your purpose, to continue that journey towards your purpose, you feel gratified, you feel happier, you feel better knowing that you're focused on something, that you're accomplishing something, even if it isn't materialistic, even if there isn't an actual thing that you can hold, that you can touch. If you know you're moving in that direction, you feel better, you feel happier. Next thing would be, makes you live life with integrity, knowing that you're here for a reason. Really stops and makes you think every once in a while when you're making big decisions, when you're doing your daily life. You live with integrity when you have that main focus, you have that purpose for being here, and you know what that is. And the last thing, I think it just makes life even more fun. When you know what you're doing, when you know what you want, no matter what else is going on in your life, you know that you're here for a reason, you have a purpose, you know exactly what you want to do. And that feeling is just overwhelmingly positive in your life, and is something I find extremely important. A lot of people have talked about purpose, not only Napoleon Hill, but many researchers, many scientists, psychologists, just many entrepreneurs have spoken about it. Mark Zuckerberg talked about the challenge for our generation is creating a world where everyone has a sense of purpose. He described purpose as that sense that we are part of something bigger than ourselves, and that we are needed, and that we have something better ahead to work for. He says he fully believes that purpose is what truly creates happiness. John F. Kennedy said, "Effort and courage are not enough without purpose and direction." That's saying you can put in all this effort, You can have the courage, the bravery to do something, but if you don't know what that is, you don't know what direction you're going in, then you're not really going to accomplish anything no matter how much effort you put in. You need to know where you're going, what you want to be able to achieve things. Winston Churchill said, "It's not enough to have lived, we should be determined to live for something." And I think that's something that really impacted me a lot and something I agree with. For me, just living isn't enough. It's not enough to just be here. You should do something with this opportunity, with this gift that we've been given in life. You should find out what it is that really makes you happy, that you really want to do in life, and you should focus on that. Things will get in the way, there'll be bumps in the road all the time, but if it's important to live for something, to do something with the life and with the opportunities that you've been given. Mark Twain even said the two most important days in life are the day you're born and the day you discover the reason why, the reason for living. I mean, it's a whole different thing to be alive and then to actually live. And I believe to actually live, you need to know what your purpose is, and it's something that's extremely important. All right, so I talked to you about what purpose is. Now, how do you find your purpose? This is something that was hard for me. When I told you I was listening to those Napoleon Hill audiobooks, one of the main things he harped on was finding your purpose before anything else. And I said, how could I possibly at age 18, at age 19, how am I supposed to find my purpose for the rest of my life? And I thought that it was crazy to think of one thing. How can I decide on one thing when there's so many things that I want in this world? How can I find one thing that's my entire purpose for my entire life? And I thought it was impossible, but I took a lot of time to think. I did a lot more research, looked into other definitions of purpose, talked to some other people about what their purposes were, and then I looked at some questions that really helped me define what it is. And this is the questions that I feel help me the most. So the first thing that I'd ask yourself is, what would you want to do if you had unlimited time, unlimited resources, and guaranteed success? What is that one thing, that one idea, that one goal that you have that you say, you know what, if I could do anything in the world, this is what I'd do? And I don't think that should be a monetary thing. I don't think it should be a materialistic thing. I think it's truly take away money, take away everything. What is it that you would really do if none of those things mattered? Just write it down, think about it, talk about it. Next question would be, what fulfills you the most over all things? What gives you that feeling inside that you love, that makes you feel good, that makes you smile when you go to sleep, that makes you want to wake up in the morning? What gives you that feeling, no matter what it is? And then try to make that into a purpose. The next thing I say would be three things that you would regret not doing if you knew you were about to die. If you knew that tomorrow was the end, what things do you wish you would have accomplished? Do you wish you would have spent more time on? Do you wish you had focused on? Think about those things and put them into action, put them into a purpose. Because if you think about those things now, it's a lot better to think about those things right now than when you're 90 years old, 100 years old, and you still haven't thought about that, still haven't accomplished those things. Regret's something that's tough, and it's something that I never want to have in my life. And last question I say is, what is one thing that you'd want to define your professional career or your personal career when you die? When someone looks back and says and describes you to someone else, what do you want someone to say? What do you want them to consider that you focused on, that you thought about, that you worked towards? How do you want to be described? And put that into a purpose, into action. So using those tools, I really think that you can define your purpose. You can figure it out, and it's okay if you can't discover it right away. If it takes a week, if it takes a month, if it takes a year, it doesn't matter. Whenever you find your purpose, you find it, and then maybe it'll change. Maybe it'll change a little bit, maybe it'll change a lot, but it's just finding that. And once you know what it is, you know what it is. It's one of those things where when it hits you, it hits you. And I'd say that's what it was for me. And so now I'll share my purpose with you guys since I'm talking about it. What I've found my purpose to be in life and something that's stuck with me for the past few years, and I want to continue to work towards forever, and something that's never that I'll fully accomplish, but I hope to strive for each and every day, is one, to enjoy every second, every opportunity, to smile, to be happy with life. This is just such a gift, such an opportunity, and my purpose is to enjoy every second of that opportunity. And I feel it's to help others around the world also enjoy those opportunities, have those opportunities to smile, to be happy, to realize also what a gift it is. So every day when I wake up, I think about that, and every decision I make, sometimes I don't think about it, but I try to keep it on my mind, keep it centered, that my purpose is to enjoy, to be happy, to really take advantage of these opportunities, help you guys discover what those opportunities are, help you smile, help you realize how much a gift life is. So that is my purpose. That is why I feel I make decisions. That's what makes me happy, what makes me fulfilled. What I want people to say about me when I pass is, man, he really enjoyed every second. He made the most of every opportunity, and he really worked hard to help others discover how much of a great thing life is. All right. And last thing is, how do we bring this to action? I mean, that's one of the points of the Truth with T, is to take all these things, put them into action, be successful, make what you want to happen happen. So once you do find your purpose, how can you put it into action? How can you take steps to make sure that it's something that sticks with you, something that motivates you? I say, one, write it down, put it in a Google Doc, write it down on a piece of paper, just anywhere in a journal, wherever you have it written down, and you can change it, you can make edits to it, but always have it there so you know what it is. Next thing, make a poster, write it down, something big, put it on your wall, put it on your ceiling so you see it when you wake up in the morning. Print it out somewhere, whatever it takes. Put it somewhere that you'll see it often and remember it and think about it when you're going about your daily life, when you're busy. Put it somewhere that you see it, on the fridge, on your door when you're leaving the house so you remember it. Have it as your screensaver, whatever it takes to keep that in your mind. And another thing would be to try to say it to yourself every morning, or when you're going through a hard time, just think about your purpose. Think about what you did that day that got you closer to it, work towards it. So that's everything I have on purpose. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate you guys watching the video, learning from it. Like, comment. If you have questions, if you disagree with something I say, comment. I'll get back to you on it. I'll think about things. Again, I only know my truth. I know my life. I have my opinions, but you guys have your own. Comment what you think. Comment your ideas. If you know your purpose, write it down. Let me hear it. I'd love to learn more about you guys, your purposes, anything I can do to help you out. If you have any ideas for future videos, please comment, write them down. I hope you guys have a great day, and thanks for watching The Truth with T. I'm Tristan, and make the best of today. Thank you.